Hello, my friends. This is Dr. Jerry the First on the channel Success with Dr. Jerry the First, where I discuss the tips and practices of quantifiable success. I am happy to welcome you to this channel if you are coming on board for the first time, and if you are a returning subscriber, I am also very happy to welcome you. I am certainly convinced that this new video I'm shooting today is going to give you a lot of insight into the world of success, and I hope that you can watch it to the end. Today, I am discussing the top 10 tips for entrepreneurial success by Richard Branson. Richard Branson left school at the age of 16 and set up Student Magazine with one of his friends. He went on to start Virgin Records in the 1970s, and so he is the founder of the Virgin Group. In the 1980s, he formed Virgin Atlantic Airline, and 1990s saw the arrival of Virgin Mobile and Virgin Trains. He is one of the most successful businessmen in the UK and is an icon of entrepreneurship, for which he was knighted by the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II. His latest project is Virgin Galactic, which he hopes will one day become a space tourism company. Here are his top 10 tips for entrepreneurial success. The words are his, but the voice is mine. 1. Follow your dream and just do it. Follow your dreams. Get involved in life, in the things that interest you. If you're going to create a business, make sure it is your hobby, your passion, or something that you really enjoy doing. You will have a much better life that way. Just don't set up to do something for the sake of making money. I think lots of people have lots of great ideas, but very few people actually go out and try to put them into practice. There are lots of people who think that somebody must have done that before, or they will never raise the money, or they shouldn't take a risk in life. It's the people who say, I'm just going to do it, that end up having a chance of having a much more exciting and rewarding life. 2. Believe in your ideas and be the best. You definitely need to believe in your ideas. There's really no point in doing something in life unless people really feel good about it and proud about it too. You've got to have passion for it, and you've got to be able to inspire other people to have a passion for it too. If an idea is a good idea, you should be able to pitch it in 2 or 3 sentences, and so that they can fit neatly together on the back of an envelope. There was no point creating a new airline unless it was going to be palpably better than every other airline in the world. You've got to make sure that every aspect of what you do is better than the competition. 3. Don't give up. It's extremely important not to give up. There have been situations in my adventures, like crossing the Pacific in a balloon, where the odds were stacked very heavily against us surviving. Being an entrepreneur is not that dissimilar to being an adventurer. You have plenty of situations where your back is right up against a wall, and you've just got to work day and night to make sure you overcome the difficulties a particular company finds itself in. Brush yourself down the next day and move on into something else. I think I'm reasonably good at dealing with failure and not letting it get me down for more than an hour or 2, as long as I put everything I can into avoiding it. 4. Make a positive difference and do some good. The first thing to do if you want to become an entrepreneur is basically to have an idea that's going to make a positive difference to other people's lives. A business is simply that. If you are in a business, you are in a position where you can make a hell of a difference in this world. I also think it is great for the staff of a company that they can feel good about a company that's actually getting out and doing good. 5. Have fun and look after your team. I 100% believe that it's important to have fun. And if you're not having fun anymore, it might be time to move on. You should have fun from the top down and create the kind of environment that's pleasant to work in. Make sure you've got the kinds of people running your companies who genuinely care about people, who look for the best in people, and who praise and don't destructively criticize. People are not unlike flowers. If a flower is watered, it flourishes. And if a flower is not watered, it dries up and dies. And I think the same applies to people. 6. Make lots of lists and keep setting yourself new challenges. I make copious lists because I think it's the little details that make for an exceptional company over an average company. Details are very important. I think it's important to keep setting yourself new challenges and targets. I do believe that the first day of every year is a good time to write down your goals for that particular year. Unless you actually organize yourself and write down the kinds of things you want to achieve, there's a danger that as time slips by, you don't even know what you want and you can't achieve a lot. 7. Spend time with your family and learn to delegate. One of the early things you have to do as an entrepreneur is learn the art of delegation. Find people who are better than you to run the company on a day-to-day basis. Free yourself up to think about the bigger picture and spend time with your family. That's very important, especially if you've got children. They are what's going to be left when you are gone. I know I'm a good entrepreneur, but I'm not sure that I will be a very good manager. And there's a big difference between the two. My mind is always thinking ahead and wanting to create new things. I just think once I've set up something, it's better if someone else runs it. I can dive in and out and be a pain occasionally, but the day-to-day business is better for somebody else to do. Tip number 8. Try turning off the TV and get out there and do things. My mom brought us up very much to get out and do things. Don't watch other people do things and don't watch television. I think that was a good way of bringing up kids. With my own kids, we've spent quite a lot of time in the Caribbean and we never watch television there. I think I'm capable of switching off on Nectar Island, which is where we sort of pull the drawbridge. What I'm going to do is so fascinating, so rewarding, so interesting that I don't even really want to switch off too much because I find myself in such a wonderful, challenging position that I don't want to waste that position. And there are just so many important challenges going on. Tip number 9. When people say bad things about you, just prove them wrong. There are people who hang onto the coattail of successful people and try to sell a few books on the back of their name. It's unpleasant. But you know that if you sue them or kick up a fuss, all it will do is to publicize the book. So I've had to learn the art of ignoring people like that. I think the best thing to do is just to prove them wrong by showing them that what you have said is what you have meant. There's this particular book, Branson, Behind the Mask, by Tom Bower. It says that our spaceship program is a white elephant project. But later this year, we'll prove them wrong. And you will be there to see it. Tip number 10. Do what you love and have a sofa in the kitchen. This life is only lived but once. So I would advise you to do the thing that you're going to enjoy. When life boils down, this might sound like a little much coming from me. I do have my own little island in the Caribbean, But when we're on that island, we tend to just live in the kitchen. The truth is, so long as you've got a kitchen which has space for a sofa and a bedroom and a partner that you love, you don't necessarily need the add-ons in life. Then if you're going to do something that really interests you, it will result in a much more enjoyable life rather than just doing something for the sake of making money. So there you have them, friends. Richard Branson's top 10 tips for entrepreneurial success in his own words, but in my voice. If you've learned something from this video, do drop us a comment in the comment section so that we can all share that with you. Once again, thanks for watching, and if you like the video, kindly give us a thumb up. And if you also like videos on success, motivation and inspiration, do subscribe to this channel and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button so you'll always be the first to receive our uploads when they are hot and fresh. Kindly show us some love too by sharing this video with your friends on social media, and also add and follow us on our social media handles. We are on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and we have a blog and a Facebook page. The links are in the description box. Thank you so very much. I'll see you again in the next video. Peace out, people. One love.